Hi and welcome to RC Kicks. On today's show, well, we're revisiting the Fix and Flip project. Now, for the people that haven't seen the previous episodes, what is it? Well, we take a vintage car, we strip it down, we look through all the broken parts, we replace them if we can, we build up the chassis again, then we put a new body on it, paint it up, make it look all lovely, and hopefully turn it for a profit. So if you haven't seen the previous videos in this series, I'll put a link up here. Go check those out and then come back to this, as we're kind of halfway through. Right, where are we now? Well, I have all my replacement parts. Super difficult to get grey ones. These are all vintage. They haven't been re-released. So yes, it is a bit of a challenge, but we've done it. Now, is it in budget? Well, you'll have to wait to the end to see what kind of budgets, how much I've spent, and whether we're going to make any profit. I honestly don't know. You'll have to wait to the end. Right, we kick off on page 4, number 2, where we basically start putting the rear diff together. So let's crack on. And there you go, in a blink of an eye, the chassis is all back together again. Now, the chassis was actually in reasonably good condition in the first place, so a bit of a clean. The main improvement you'll probably notice is along the bottom, as I swapped out quite a lot. I also got rid of a lot of black parts, so I've changed the chassis. Also, I swapped out quite a few grey parts and also removed quite a few black parts. So it's now completely back to being the grey that it should, and the bottom is looking a bit better. Now, there's 2 parts that I'm replacing that haven't arrived yet. One is just a top brace, as it has a small crack in it. But the other main one is this front section here, as obviously this takes a hell of a lot of scratches, but I've got a better one coming. Not a brand new one, but a much better one. I have tried to file this one down a little bit, sand it and smooth it a bit, and it has improved it, but I've got a better one coming, so I'm going to swap that out as well. But all in all, I'm really happy with the chassis and all this section. This is new, that's new. This is new as well. I cleaned down the arms a little bit so they look great, so there doesn't look to be too much scuff marks. One thing I will do off camera is the bottom of the suspension. I have a few scuffs. I'm pretty sure I've got some spare ones. I found one spare one in the pack. So I'll look for 3 more. That will get rid of the scuffing on these. Just it's attention to detail. From that point of view, all the electronics are back in and it's fully working. I can turn it on. There we go. So it all works. So what else have I got to do? I want to check the belt. I'm not too sure. I've got the belt set on the tightest possible setting and it's still reasonably loose. So I'm going to check because I think it was loose when I got it, but I've now got the tensioner on its maximum position. So I don't think the belt is the correct belt for this. So I will look up what the belt should be, and if it is wrong, I will replace it. Or this one is just stretched. I'll get a new belt anyway because it runs and it doesn't skip, but I'm sure it should be a bit tighter than that, especially on full tension. As you can see, the wheels are now white. I've managed to bleach them out in the sunshine with some peroxide, so they're done. I haven't glued the tyres on. The tyres are actually in good condition, so I won't swap them out. So what's next? Well, it's the body next. So in the next episode, we're going to start painting up the body, sort the decals out, and by then those extra parts would have come. Right, there's one thing left to do, and that's talk about how much to spend and what the current budget is. Okay, so we kick off. The car and everything that I bought off of eBay cost me £84.02, including delivery. The car, the electronics, the original body, the manual, and pretty much everything. Now, luckily, it was quite complete, so I was really happy with that. And luckily, the electronics and everything worked, so I didn't have to replace any of that. So I think that was a really good buy. So that got me off to a good start and gave me a bit of a margin. The next, I had to get rid of the yellowing on the wheel, so I had to pick up some peroxide. That was £4, so I've done that. Then there was a brand new parts tree I found online on eBay actually, and that was £19.99 with delivery. And that was a few parts underneath and a few other bits and pieces, but they were brand new on the tree, trying to lift the kit back to mint condition. Then I managed to find a load of used but in good condition parts in grey. This car did have quite a few black parts that had replaced the broken grey ones, and obviously trying to get the whole car back to grey, because that's probably one of the hardest challenges of these cars, being that the grey is so rare. That cost £75, and that's including the 2 that are coming, the top brace and the bottom one, just to keep lifting the kit, getting rid of every hairline crack, every scratch, that kind of stuff. So that burned up quite a lot of the budget. Then I picked up the Evo 3 body shell from L&L Models with the decals, and that came in at £28. I'm going to need 2 tins of Tamiya paint, which I'll pick up tomorrow, and that will probably be around the £12–13 mark. So in total, what it will cost to restore this back to a pretty decent condition will be £223.01. Is it worth it? I honestly don't know. I think there's some margin in there, being that it's now all original. It's all grey, there's nothing damaged. The underside is now looking very spiffy. So condition wise, I've really raised it up. Having a nicely painted body, I don't know, possibly 250 to 260 maybe. I honestly don't know. I'll have to do a bit more research, but there's not going to be much in it really. But hey, I don't think I've made a loss, but I don't know whether there's much of a margin in it. I honestly don't know. We'll see. There is a few people that have contacted me to say they're interested in this, so I don't know whether that budget is in mind. But being that the car is pretty much looking absolutely spot on when it's finished, I don't know, we'll have to see. Right, on the next video, we're going to paint up the body, get it all looking lovely, and then we're going to call it a day, then start hunting around for the second car that's going to be on the fix and flip. So comment below, let me know what you think. Do you think £250 is too much, too little for this car in the condition it is now? Thanks so much, see you on the next one, bye bye.